What is going on YouTube? Is FlopFish here, and welcome to another Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay commentary. Today I'm bringing you some clan wars that I got last night against a very good team. You can see they're all ranked fairly high in fairly high prestiges and everything, and they had really good kill death ratios, really good scores, and everything along those lines. Nonetheless, we faced off against them in domination, in strike zone, which is always one of the most action-packed maps, and it is never a dull moment in the game. And I had an absolute blast playing this game with a class that I just created before the game. And it's a chainsaw with rapid fire and muzzle brake, again that I've used before, but I ended up changing up my perks a little bit, and that's what I think really helped me. Now, the typical perk setup that I would run on my chainsaw class would be something like Marathon, Sleight of Hand, Scavenger. I'd rock probably I'd rock Dead Silence and then Off the Grid on it, something along those lines. And I decided to really change it up and give myself kind of a little bit more of a different feel to this. And I went with Marathon and Lightweight so I could run really fast, which is pretty important in Strike Zone. Although it is a smaller map, it's important to get to that nice little choke points in every little cutoff area as fast as you can. I also ran Dead Silence and Amplify, and I'll get into those two later. And I also ran Off the Grid because, again, most people use SATCOMs and stuff in it. But right here is where you can really notice the effects of Dead Silence and Amplify. That kill before this that I got, my second kill, and that kill, I could pick them up, and same with this kill. I could pick the people up in my headset like it was nothing. Like, I literally could hear them from like 15 feet away, 20 feet away. I know exactly where they were, so I was just positioned in a really good spot to kill them. And again, you don't really have much of a chance when someone has the chainsaw and they're staring right down at your face. Their ADS is the little bit that they are, and it was just really easy to pick up kills for me. So I really like that setup, and I'm actually rocking Amplify and Dead Silence together more often. Right here, I could easily hear that guy running through the hallway. Normally, probably not, especially if they're rocking Dead Silence, you can't hear that. But when you're running Amplify, you can hear everyone with Dead Silence on, and when you're running Dead Silence too, they can't hear you unless they have it themselves. But again, the chainsaw just allows me to do stuff like that. Like with an SMG or an assault rifle, I wouldn't have gone after that gunfight there. And the chainsaw is a gun that I just feel really confident in handling. And that's kind of why I decided to run it with this class, is because, you know what, it's a little bit of a different feel, and anything that will throw someone for a loop or kind of set a bit of a curveball is definitely a good thing. But as you can see, I started off very good. I'm 10-3 so far with 4 captures, and again, my entire team is pretty good. I was playing with Zach, Mike, and another one of our friends, and again, it was an absolute blast this game, and I can't stress that enough. When you're playing good in Call of Duty or you're doing good, it is so much fun, and that's what this was, especially playing with friends. Like, we were playing Infected. I actually stayed up pretty late playing last night because I really didn't have anything else better to do, and it was just, like I said, it's an absolute blast. We were playing Infected for hours on end. We played Clan Wars. We were playing regular game modes, and I finally decided, you know what, like, this game is good for that. And it's like all Call of Duties. If you're playing with a couple friends who are pretty good at the game, you're gonna have a lot more fun. But again, right there, I could hear the guy coming again, and it's just night and day difference as far as being able to kill him and whatnot. And that, I really can't stress that enough about this class. And the chainsaw, again, the chainsaw is such an important gun to run on a map like Strike Zone, especially if you're good at playing more of like a kind of aggressive Slayer type of role. In my opinion, at least, it's very good because you have all the shots that you can possibly handle, and then you can spray people down, and it gives you really good cover when you're actually capturing the objectives, and especially on B in here. On B in here, you're allowed to spray pretty much everyone down, and if you have someone, especially if you have the C-spawn, and you have someone cutting off the little hallway in the kitchen there, and they have A spawn, you can just stand behind the desk and spray anyone down, and they really can't do anything about it, which is why it is so important. But I actually ended up running out of bullets, which is why I wish I had like Scavenger or something on this as well. Like, if I could run like maybe Scavenger or Sleight of Hand instead of whatchamacallit, instead of I think it was lightweight. It'd just make a huge difference, I think, and it'd be ultimately one of the best classes I could possibly think of for the chainsaw. But nonetheless, I actually ended up getting a care package and a maniac and another dog. I think I'm at like 3 or 4 dogs in the game, and I'm 21, 5, and 6. And again, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal, if I can get that word out of my mouth, which, a little bit of struggle there. But anyways, again, right here, the guy's laying down prone there, and I have 80 bullets in my clip. Yeah, and I'm not really going to be too worried about that. So you just pop around the corner, and again, it's still a fairly accurate gun, especially when you're ADSing. The slight ADS, it's very, very accurate. It is like a laser, and it is very, very, very helpful as far as finding out, those people to kill and killing them quickly, as well as spraying down a lot of people, or even better, just weakening down a flurry of people. But yeah, that was pretty much this game, and it was a ton. Like I said, I've said this a million times, it was a ton of fun, and it's highlighted in one moment that's coming up eventually for you guys that was absolutely phenomenal. I got pretty excited over it. But again, right here, didn't really worry about ammo. I wasn't really worried at all. And it kind of forced this guy back there. And like, well, I have no bullets left. What's he going to do? And he's just going to sit there. So, end up getting the knife. Again, it was really, really effective. And my maniac, I tried to buy a sentry gun before the game, but wasn't able to, unfortunately, and put it in, because that would have been really, really helpful. I think I actually would have gotten 2 sentry guns this game, which probably would have made it a little bit of a difference here, but nonetheless, I got my maniac, and I started running around now, and this was a ton of fun, just because as much as I got killed pretty quickly, it took 2-3 people to kill me. It took a dog and 2 people with guns to kill me, which means you're going to be a little bit distracted. Right here, throw down my care package, feel like we're in pretty good shoes here, just kind of killing up everything. Clean up the dog here, and just like, alright, they're not going to be spawning anywhere near here. But of course, they come downstairs, and luckily my care package was only a SATCOM. If that was like a chem strike or something, we would have been in a little bit of trouble. But nonetheless, again, it was just a blast to play with this class, and I'll probably be using it a lot more often now. Yeah, so over the course of this game, especially, I really like competitive Call of Duty. I like playing it. I don't know what it is. It's just, I find it to be a lot of fun. And if I find something fun, I'm going to be playing it more, and hopefully going to be playing at a higher level than what I normally play at. Again, it's just what I find. I normally do better when I'm playing a little bit more competitively. And again, it just, especially against people who I know are ranked higher, it's just, that competitive spirit really, really just ignites something in me that's just like, I gotta win this game, I gotta beat them, I gotta do what I can to make sure we beat them. And ultimately, that's what this turned into. And again, if you guys haven't played Clan Wars yet, all it is, it's a lot similar to League play and Black Ops 2. Personally speaking, I like the League play a little bit better because you had all the guns unlocked and stuff. But at the same time, Clan Wars is like the more team one, in the fact that your team, you're working with an entire team, or you have to have 4 people in your party to play it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Right here, they're trying to get a little bit cheeky and stay in our spawn to kill us off. And again, it's still a fairly close domination gameplay, as far as domination goes, especially on Strike Zone. Because it was 154 to 131, they had both points, and so in order to break the domination points on Strike Zone, at least for me, especially with these guys, is that if you have the C, if you have C flag, it's probably going to be easier to capture the A flag as opposed to B. And then when you capture the A flag, or when you're putting pressure on it, it'll draw people off of the B flag, which will allow you to go and cap that. And I found that really effective, especially since our entire team worked pretty good together at pushing towards the B flag. But right here, by far, the highlight of the game for me is I'm able to sneak behind their entire team, spray and pray, and get myself a nice little quad feed against 4 very, very good players, and get the cap on B to boot. So right now, in pretty good shoes in this gameplay. We're up by about 24, 25 points or so, and with 2 flags cap B and C. And it's just, everything was kind of starting to go right for us. It was a very close game, very hard fought game between both teams. one that, again, I love playing these types of games. They're close, they're competitive, and especially when you're doing well, it's such an entertaining game to play. Anyways, I think I'm going to let the music take over here, guys. And again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And again, the rest of the gameplay is very entertaining, so I highly suggest watching it. As always, take it easy, and I will catch you guys on the flop side.